Hello there, everyone. Welcome to the Late Night Beans podcast. I'm your host, Blitz, or Blitz V8, whatever. And here joined by one of my co-hosts, Krozavana, or Kroza.
Hello.
Our three-legged guy. Ghost is not here. He's double booked this week, but he'll be back next week. That's the rebirth of the revival of our podcast that we tried to start. as we were on today's episode, on today's episode of the Late Night Bean podcast, we're going to be talking about, is anime becoming normal? Is it becoming normal to like anime? As things have now popped up with more, you can go to stores and you can buy anime stuff, you will see them more around, seeing commercials now being amortized on TV, and it's being very... The growth of fans who love anime has grown so much. It's unbelievable how much it has grown. And the question is it now becoming like Marvel, where Marvel and DC used to be nerds, and Star Trek, and now it became like a part of society culture, like, you don't watch Marvel? What is wrong with you?
Yeah.
I think my rambling went too long there.
But yeah, essentially, I'm surprised you didn't bring up the No Frills commercial. That's the first thing that I thought you were going to bring up.
Bro, I like how you guys thought I was going to bring that up. And don't get me wrong, like, that No Frills commercial is funny as hell. But it's not the first anime commercial I saw. So I didn't bring it up.
What was the first one?
There's a couple of ones that had air in the States, I think. And, like, there was things I saw on Twitter where it was like, there was actual, like, Demon Slayer cop-out posters outside of, like, movie theater, not even movie theaters, just the mall in LA.
Are you sure it was LA and not the streets of Japan?
No, it was in LA in the mall.
Okay, all right. If you say it wasn't LA, then it was in a... Well, I don't know.
It could be just California, but it said it was in the States.
That's only two instances I would personally know of then. The only one I actually know of was that No Frills commercial. I thought it was way better than anything. I want to see the grandma verse Tsubaki. I think the grandma got it in the bag.
That was the most ever time I have paid attention to a grocery store commercial.
The thing is, I don't think it even... I get the target audience that they were going for in the demographic, but it's not going to make me want to buy No Frills products. It more makes me want a full-blown series with that awesome animation. I'd pay for that, but I'm not gonna pay to go to No Frills products. It's just like, oh cool, No Frills made this amazing commercial, but it's whatever.
Yeah, it's whatever. Well, I was gonna say, before we get into our hard takes, I sneezed. What?
I sneezed. Anyway, go on.
Sorry. We sneeze here, we humans, we cry. We may be that office worker like your dad who doesn't have pants on. I have pants on.
I just question why they would have no pants on. Don't mind me.
I question it too.
Opening a Kit Kat.
Food is good, people. Food is good. We're just casuals, so we don't care. The most unprofessional professional podcast you ever lay your hands to see.
But no, I don't think it's becoming normalized. I think where it was, obviously, it was in Japan first. Mm-hmm. They literally have anime commercials. The first one that I ever saw was a commercial for a drink called Mets or something like that, and it had Goku and Frieza for the two different flavors. I think Frieza's was grape flavored, and I think Goku's was either banana or pineapple. I don't know, but it was a soda called Mets, and they both of them did a little dance for the soda, and
bro, like,
that was a commercial.
Can we just talk about the fact that Frieza gets the cool flavor, grape flavor, but Goku gets pineapple's a great flavor, but banana?
I don't know what flavor it was. It was just yellow. Because get it? Super Saiyan.
Oh, yeah. I would put Goku as orange, though.
I don't think orange would make any sense.
His
That is a darker shade.
his gi.
But everyone recognizes Goku not by really his gi.
No, most people recognize him by his gi. Well,
I don't think so.
well, questionable actually. Yeah, I think I think the real thing that comes down to it is like, is Goku? Well, he's very recognizable, anyways. It doesn't matter. You see someone scream, you're like, oh yeah, he's going Super Saiyan, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, the Super Saiyan transformation is iconic. It is one of the most iconic transformations in anime. But going on to the topic, I also don't think anime is normalized yet. I think it's like right now where the anime community is now and how it's being developed and how normalized it's becoming. It's kind of how Marvel was in when the first the first two Iron Man movies dropped. It was like,
I mean,
it's kind of like
even
that in my eyes.
yeah, like even when Marvel first came out with the Iron Man movies, when the Iron Man movie started, I still wasn't like, hey, everybody should watch Iron Man. It's
Yeah.
like the best movie ever.
No, yeah.
And then when like Avengers came out and stuff like that, then people were like, oh my gosh, like this is amazing. Like this is great.
This is amazing. It's great, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I think right now it's like how Iron Man first came out. Because I remember watching Iron Man when it came out in theaters. I was a friend's birthday party because we saw a friend's birthday party, and I can tell you this right now. I don't remember. I remember going to the theater, sitting down talking to a friend, and I don't remember watching the movie other than the ending and singing the Iron Man song with everyone. I don't think any of us wasn't really like hype about anything when Iron Man 2. I was like, oh yeah, I'm super hype about it. I'm like, oh, it's cool, but I wasn't thinking. It wasn't until like I watched Avengers and I was like, okay, I'm now enveloped into this. Cause I didn't watch,
Yeah, like this is a big thing.
yeah, I didn't watch Thor. I didn't watch Captain America in theaters because I didn't bother. Because I didn't really care. And the funny thing is, I have on not Blu-ray, on DVD, when I was younger, I still have them here, is the old cartoon animated Avengers movie. Remember how they used to show that on TV? On late nights. So, I have that, and I love those movies. But I never read the comics. I was never really into it. I just loved the movie. I'm like, oh, yo, it's cool, it's cool.
Don't worry, a lot of people only watch the movies, which is
Yeah, I know.
same thing with anime.
It's the same thing
A
with
lot of
anime.
people only watch anime and don't read the manga.
Or light
If there
novels.
is a manga that goes with it.
Or light novel. We gotta mention that because light novels are now booming too.
Okay, that one nobody reads.
But they're now booming. Like we saw it at bookstores. They're now, you can get light novels now. Translate. Excuse me.
I actually didn't even notice that. But that's good.
No, me and Ghost were looking at some of them.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
All I know is that, like, literally in terms of anime, yeah, like even when it first started in Japan, like I mostly just have to go off of Japan because there's like I feel like there's not much happening over here. Yes, you have like an abundance of content happening over here we're considered the West, right?
To them, yeah, we're considered the West.
In the West, but like over there, it's literally like anime posters and whatever. But it's not like everywhere, obviously.
No.
But like
Well, granted though,
in certain areas,
there's a place in Japan called Akihabara, which everyone who's weeb knows, and it's literally nicknamed Otaku City. There's a reason it has that nickname, okay? It's Weeb City. There's a reason. Like, it's the place to go if you're an anime fan to go. Why? Because all the stores there is anime. They have maid cafes. They have all these things. We don't have these things in North America, Europe, Russia, Africa. Well, if you have these in your countries, God bless you.
yeah, even like I can say even for myself, I did think like when I was younger, opening a maid cafe would be interesting. I'm like, yeah, I should open a maid cafe. It was so interesting in anime. Why don't I do it here?
It would be.
And other people can get that idea and they'll probably go along with it.
Yeah.
As you can see, I didn't. So
Well, hey, whoever who's listening to this, and you open up a maid cafe, tell me about it, and please, for the love of God, I hope it's within driving distance. I will come to you. I'll be a regular customer.
We will both be regular customers. If you want your money, give me the cute ladies.
I don't care. I don't
telling
care
me,
about
"Welcome
price.
back, master."
The food can be overpriced, but bro, if it has the cute ladies doing the the little ritual while serving my food, you got me in.
You got my money. Take my wallet, all of it,
All of
credit card, bank card,
Bro, I'll check. I'll give you my house.
corporate card.
But yeah, I think it's just a splash stuff. But like the thing is, one thing I have noticed, the boom from anime fans has increased. But the other thing that I have also noticed, it's not really like a boom. Like a lot of people say, there's new fans who just flooded into anime. I don't think it's not like there is some new fans. There's definitely some new fans, but I also think there's a lot of fans who were introverts. Like it's kind of like how with comics too. Like you secretly read comics, but you wouldn't tell people you were fans of comics.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was the same thing with anime because they're like, it's weird. It's not from our country. It's not.
Oh yeah, it was definitely was.
Yeah, like I remember growing up, because we used to play a game based off just because we watch anime, but it was mainly based off DBZ, Naruto, Bleach, Inuyasha and stuff. We made a game, and we played it in our circle, but only within our circle. We always talk about anime. When we have people who weren't in our circle, who will hang out with us, we never ever.
It would never get brought up. We never talk about it.
Never once ounce a word about anime. We'll sometimes make jokes that were happening in anime, but that you couldn't tell it happened in anime. But other than that, yeah, we never did. But now,
Yeah, especially when for us more people are into Jersey Shore and stuff like that, and then we're over here like, yeah, I saw that. I saw Bleach last night. I saw Naruto last night.
yeah, like, man, like.
Then again, we weren't even in the next part, which was of these animes, because we were just getting the first parts of them. We didn't even know that there was more after that.
Yeah.
Like Naruto Shippuden wasn't airing on TV. It was just the first thing, but it was already in production while we were watching it.
When I started watching Shippuden, this is how I knew I was so lit. When I started watching Shippuden, spoiler warning, the Shikamaru vs. Hidan fight has already happened.
Yeah, and like I had to learn about like watching anime, I think, from you, because I didn't even know there was Naruto Shippuden until you mentioned it to me.
And how I found it was from my AMV.
Yeah, and then those became a thing. AMVs. People would started making AMVs of like their anime. Then like they weren't very popular then. I don't think they're still very popular now.
No, they're still pretty popular now. I think it's just more of like a respect thing to it now. It's like, this is an AMV. It's just an anime music video. It's just gonna have scenes from anime. Some people listen. Like I still go watch AMVs. This is how I get some music. Because sometimes there's good music. Like I got into Linkin Park because of AMVs. Breaking Benjamin, 3 Days Grace because of AMVs. Like because they pick.
Oh look, anime also brings you to different sound
groups. Granted, though, we will have a podcast talking about anime music, which, I mean, I think there's a bunch of anime fans who are guilty of watching anime just because of the openings. Death Parade. But Death Parade is actually pretty good.
The only thing is like, even if you hear the opening, it might, like, yeah, you might want to hear the opening more than like watching the anime.
Yeah.
Because say an anime had a really good opening, but it's like really trash. Like it's absolutely terrible.
I've watched plenty of those.
And then there's some good anime where it's just you hear the opening and it's absolutely garbage. Just your ears start bleeding. Like that stuff can happen.
Not gonna lie, that was me with Death Note. I love the first opening. Like it was like, to me, the first opening was mid tier. Like it's iconic, right? But I would never listen to the whole song. Or listen to the whole 1 minute, 30 minutes. that's
It's the second opening that people don't like.
I hate the second opening. It's just like, oh, wow. No offense to anyone who loves that screamo music, because we went to high school with someone who loved that music. And to me, the closest screamo music I listen to is if you're a COD player and you play zombies, that is the closest screamo music to me, and that's not even so. And when I play that, she's like, that's not even screamo, because it's not to them.
It is not. It might have some screaming bits in it, but it's not like a constant thing.
It's not. Yeah, it's not a constant thing. And I'm talking like 115 and Dead Again. Well, Dead Again doesn't have screamo. I think it's
No.
Abracadabra kind of has it, but it's like the deep voice screamo.
But yeah, anime coming over here. I mean, we did even get a couple anime movies here that played in theaters.
I was going to talk about that. The boom of anime movies coming to theaters here has increased, but God rest in peace theaters because of COVID.
I mean, it's not so big no more. COVID came around and smacked them right out of the theater. Smacked everybody out the theaters.
I think if COVID didn't came around, there would have been this would have been a huge boom. But here's another thing that I was going to talk about that's make a huge boom and why anime is becoming so recognized. Streaming. I think streaming was the best thing to ever happen to anime.
Like how it's on Netflix and I don't know if it's on a Hulu or like Amazon Prime or anything like that.
Prime.
Okay.
So, and then because you have Crunchyroll, Funimation, High Dive.
Yeah, but the Crunchyroll is like anime specific. Like if you were a natural TV watcher, like you watch reality TV and stuff like that, you're not going to be exposed to it on Crunchyroll.
Anime specific ones, but yeah, the fact that it comes on Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime.
I guess you would be exposed to it on Crunchyroll because they do have like live things on there.
And I was also going
but I mean like Funimation, I guess.
You will also be exposed to if you play video games on Xbox. Because remember, Xbox always have their, in February, their anime month. And they always advertise it.
Mm-hmm.
So you will see it. Like, you will see it. Because they always advertise it. They always bring up, these are the...
Well, actually, it was recently advertised.
Was it recently advertised?
It hasn't been like years it's been advertised. Like, are you talking about the... Because if you want to go off of Xbox 360 all the way to Xbox One sales, Xbox One didn't even have the whole anime month thing. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, 2 or 3 years ago.
No, you're wrong. Because I've seen it a couple of times. I've seen it every year on the Xbox One. So, but I don't see it mainly for the games. I see it mainly for the TV shows and stuff when I go to the store.
I never did. I'm not gonna lie. I normally check that store religiously every month.
Okay.
And I never would. Well, that's me. Even though I would always check the store, but maybe I just never noticed it.
Well,
somehow I just never noticed it.
There's things I don't know. It's like I didn't even notice there was like a freaking Rainbow Six Siege sale until I saw it on stream today.
Fair enough.
Yeah. But that's. I think it's just become normalized, and it's something that's really interesting. I will say this, like, the culture, like, there's part of me who kind of doesn't want it to become normalized, because I feel like it loses that special feeling, but there's also me that kind of just wants it. Like, I've met many people because of anime, and I'm still meeting people because of it, and it's so nice to meet people who have common interests with you, and it's always a great feeling. But the way how the Marvel community has gone to, it's what makes me scared about how the anime community is going to. And here's why. You all remember Dragon Ball Evolution?
Okay, look. That... Can we not?
I have to bring it up. I don't want another... I have to bring it up because there was the Attila movie, which wasn't bad. There was a Ghost in the Shell movie. I actually liked the Ghost in the Shell movie, even though people had complaints about it, because I never watched Ghost in the Shell.
I think that one was very good.
I never watched Ghost in the Shell shows. I actually liked the movie. Yeah, I also think it's really good. I never watched the show. All those people are going to probably tap me in the comments like, how could you? Well, hey, it's my opinion. It's our opinion. We liked it. It was actually pretty good. I didn't see Attila, but I heard criticism about it from anime fans.
Uh-huh.
I haven't seen it because I never watched the show either, but to me, it looks pretty good. Have you seen it?
A little bit. It is pretty okay, yeah.
Okay.
And they also came out with a game, but that like flopped later on. But
I mean, there's also rumors right now that they're trying to make a Naruto movie live action, which is
I would rather not.
But they're keeping Kishimoto to approve the script, and he has approved one apparently lately. That was the last news I heard about that.
Okay.
Netflix is having its own live-action One Piece show with Oda as the head a proven
Okay,
trick.
you see, the reason why something like One Piece can work where Dragon Ball kind of fails is it's hard. Like, look at transformations in like let's take X-Men for example. You see Mystique
Ooh.
transform with her scales, right?
Oh yeah, that's like I love that transformation.
In Dragon Ball, transformations are instant. In transformations in movies, you see them transform and it's never like really immediate. You see like their body
Yeah,
change in
even
different ways.
even
And Anna in Dragon Ball Z, your body doesn't change. It's just a quick, oh, I want to be Super Saiyan. Pow, I'm a Super Saiyan now.
unless it's the first time, which, as we know, the famous Vegeta transformation where he screamed for a good 1 minute, and all these blinding lights. You remember when he
Plus,
showed faces Fat 20, Android 20?
yeah. But like, even for like, say the Super Saiyan 3 transformation was made live action. It'd be weird to see his hair slowly growing out into longer. How weird would Super Saiyan 3 look in
Honestly,
live action with long hair,
honestly,
with weird long
not even
hair?
the first thing that's coming to my mind. My first thing that's coming to my mind is how many takes did this actor have to do to scream at the top of his lungs before he passed out? Like,
That's true. The actor has to. Well, no, they changed the scene obviously because they're
honestly,
not gonna do it.
I mean, I don't know, man. If Sean Shemo could do it in one take and then pass out, the actor gotta do it in one take and pass out. He did the whole thing.
It doesn't mean you have to. Just because somebody else did doesn't mean you have.
That's true. That's also true. I mean, that's very also.
So I'm just saying though that like for me it's a transformation because it's weird to have transformations. The reason why I think One Piece would work is because if you take like something like Pirates of the Caribbean and you film it in a way like that for One Piece, it'd work because One Piece doesn't really have like insane transformations. Well, I guess Luffy fourth gear, Mr. Tubble, Mr. I miss leg day every day.
Yeah, by the way, fourth gear in Drac, we only call gear 4 skip leg day. Luffy. Cause his whole upper body is my god, but his legs, like, what the fuck happened, bro? You just skipped leg day?
Yeah, like what happened? Anyway, Gear 4 Luffy, like you actually see him transform into that, which I think can work. But would it look weird? It looks so weird. I don't want to see that in live action. Like there are some things that when animated, it looks really cool because it fits that style. But if you bring that into the real life scene, that's bad.
And that's why I question. I am very surprised that they haven't even done this. And I look at this, I'm like, you would think that if they're going to try to do live action anime, they would do like the slice of life animes, you know?
Well, that's so mainstream that like the thing is slice of life animes, there's an abundance of them. Of
I know
like
there's abundance, and the thing is too about slice of life anime is it's just basically any rom-com movie that happens that comes release here. It just takes place in Japan.
the only thing is they all happen in high school and the things that happen in some of them like high schoolers with G cup breasts bouncing around it. No, they're not gonna do it.
They can do it. The
They
budget,
they wouldn't.
the budget just wouldn't be high. Yo, imagine a live action movie with fan service, which
All I'm gonna say
which
is,
is
did you
really
see
odd.
Cuties? Did you see how people felt about the movie Cuties?
I haven't.
They'd film a slice of life anime the same way Cuties would be filmed, probably.
Okay, but the question is, I need to ask you about this. If Cuties was an anime, do you think they would get the same hate comments it got for the live action?
No, in all honesty, no.
Honestly, yeah, I agree.
Because for anime, it's considered like a normal thing for kids to be in situations like that.
Okay,
Because it's a fantasy land where fantasy things happen. You don't normally would think that, hey, this could happen in my day-to-day age.
then I ask you this question too. Okay, Yuri on Ice. I think that would be a good live action movie.
It could.
It actually could, because it's just about figure skating, right?
But yeah, and
And
you can make figure skating look interesting.
there's been figure skating movies too. So
Yeah.
so I think that's one that they can do. One I was actually going to think about is Code Geass. I think Code Geass could be if they do it right. God damn it. That's gonna be hard because if I hear the name Michael Bay as director, I'm not watching that movie.
People can change. People can change. Maybe he learned how to not do explosions. Yeah, Lelouch.
Bro,
And so whenever he activates his ability, it's just you're just gonna see an explosion in his eye.
the mechas will probably look amazing, but yeah, you're just gonna see random explosion for no odd reason.
Oh, wait, Code Geass is where Lelouch is from, right?
Yeah, it is where Lucius.
I was about to say I've never seen it.
Yeah, I know. I mean,
Never seen it.
Ghost just watched it like last month, and he's like, "Oh my god!" He's like, "I love this," and I'm like, "You've been missing out." 'Cause I watched this, like, Code Geass. I watched Code Geass like 2008, maybe 9. No, when did I got my phone? I got my phone in 2013. I watched Code Geass in 2013.
Mhm.
That's when I watched Code Geass, and I loved it, like, a lot. I watched it like 4 times.
Okay, I like Death Note, but I haven't seen it 4 times. Well, 3 times, but I'm not at 4.
I,
Well, at least I watched it with other people. That was the reason why.
Nah, I love Code Geass, man. I can watch it by myself 4 times. I don't get tired of it. It's just so good.
But I don't think. I mean, yeah, I guess that one could be live action as well. I mean, we have already a mecha movie,
Yeah, Pacific
and
Rim. Pacific.
yeah, Pacific Rim.
Yeah.
So they could totally make a mecha movie if they wanted to, or a live action of it,
Yeah, and there's been a
or
couple.
even something like Gundam could be made into
So,
a good live action
The
movie.
reason why I didn't want to bring up Gundam, even though I'm a Gundam fan, I did not know. You know, they actually made a Gundam live action movie, and it flopped really bad.
Did it ever release over here?
It did. It was made over here.
No, I'm gonna search this. You're gonna hear typing, but I gotta search this.
It's
Hold up,
G-Sub.
Gundam. It's called what?
G-Self. Just search up like Gundam live action movie or something like that.
I am. You said it's called G Self?
Yeah, that's what I heard. It's called.
It hasn't. Well, what the? I'm only getting 2019 things.
Oh. Damn, people probably took it off.
Is it really just gone? Like, I can't find anything on this.
It probably been wiped off the face of the earth, but it was terrible. Like, I didn't know about it until I just watched, it was 3 weeks ago. I was watching a YouTube video and this guy mentioned it. I was like, what? And he showed.
It's apparently supposed to release January 1st.
Oh, yeah. So they're making a new Gundam movie. Live action movie.
Okay.
Sorry if I was getting called. And it's apparently supposed to be really, really, really like, well done now. Because I think when the early one came out, the first one they did was in 2006 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I'm not looking forward to it because to me, like, okay, mechas is one of those things where I think it's kind of fine if it's done anime. Like, it doesn't stay in Japan. That's what I like about them. They don't take, most of them don't take place in Japan. Some of them may have Japanese name, but they don't take place directly in Japan. So
You can have things that take place over there.
I know, right? But
a lot of anime take place in Japan.
I know, but that's the freshness I have about mecha. But like, if it comes live action, you know, it's just gonna be America, because America, yeah.
I mean, of course, you gotta normalize it for your people.
That's true, you do. Which is for some reason why dub voice actors get hate for no odd reason when they're just doing their job.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not our topic today. Going on, normalization. I think we're both in agreement. It's not happening. It's not normalized now, but it's coming.
But when it is used, like, to go back to the No Frills commercial, it's interesting. People really liked it. When you go to like when you go to their YouTube comments for that video, people really like it. It was something that people didn't hate, and people were like, nice on the target demographic, but are you really gonna try and pull in teenagers and like young adults and maybe even older people to come into your store and feel this anime like experience. No, when you go into the store, you're gonna pull out a shopping cart. It's gonna be super slow, and you're gonna be tired of waiting in a line
I
for
understand
10 other people.
I understand when you're looking at it that way, but the other reason why I think they did it, it's more of a generation shift, because as we know, like the millennials generation is becoming the older generation now, right? We're Gen Z, and Gen Zs and millennials were the ones who seen anime. They're the ones who have seen anime. And now that millennials are kind of getting to that older genographics,
I thought we were the millennials.
I thought so too, but apparently not. We're Gen Zs.
Okay.
We miss out on I think it was 3 years.
Okay. 1999 babies are not millennials.
Not millennials. We're too young. We're still young. So young. But wow, I keep saying but I hope someone has a drinking contest with that.
Yeah, but yeah.
but yeah.
Anime is something that I think wouldn't be too bad if it was normalized, you see, because then you give because think about kids, right? If you really want to bring in anime for kids, because a lot of people want to say, anime's for kids and whatever, when a lot of it, especially nowadays, is more for teens and up. There's not a lot of
think it's for teens no more. Some of it, I'm looking at this, I'm like, yo, this is just for
yeah, you're not wrong. Especially when you take in the idea of fan service, where high schoolers are playing with each other's breasts and having sexual jokes like that and whatever.
That's strictly 17 plus.
How you wouldn't know that your kid is watching that. If you were a parent and your kid's watching anime and you know nothing about anime, you think, oh, everything's all right. That's why there's so many memes about anime where parents walk in and they're like, what am I hearing? I hear from the anime and whatever.
Yeah. But that's the thing when I talk about the generation shift, because when our generation becomes parents and that kids try to they're not getting away with that shit. Because we watch it. If they're still doing that shit, we'll be like, oh, yo, you watching anime?
But then again, can you really blame them? We were, the way that we are, of course we had to hide it, but if it's normal, but you don't, that's something, okay, I don't want that normalized. I don't want that aspect normalized. It's just we got high schoolers playing with each other's titties.
I'll argue about that is there's Game of Thrones, right? Game of Thrones has a lot of fucking sex scenes in this show.
But it's an adult show.
But I know people who are younger than me who have seen Game of Thrones.
That's also true. You can't really censor what your kids watch on the internet unless you give them parental controls.
Exactly. And there's movies too, like Deadpool and stuff. We saw Deadpool when we weren't of age. Remember that.
That is also true.
And there's stuff like that. Or how I look at it too. I mean, it's even go back to the 80s and stuff. Kids used to steal their dad's porn magazines, which is fathers, where the fuck you hiding it?
Some pretty bad hiding spots if your kid just goes, oh, I wonder what that is right there. Daddy's always looking at it.
And what makes it worse, kids, you steal it from your dad. Where are you hiding it that your mom can find it so easily?
Father, son.
Learn from the mistakes.
But no, I think it would be worse because anime is supposed to be this fantasy setting where these things can happen. I know movies and shows that are not animated or whatever are supposed to be that too, but it depends on your parents also, right?
It is depends on the problem. Parents.
I can see why a lot of people won't like it. It's because they're gonna associate it with real world stuff. It's a thing that happens with that type of things. Like I said before, would you really want to see an animated character who is said to be in high school with G cup titties, like I said, and the boys are oh, donga 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 looking at them that?
In real life, yeah, I wouldn't care, and I'll tell you why. I was that kid. I was the donga donga. Oh my god, I need to pick up my glasses.
You develop that. It's not like it was programmed into you
That
by
is
like a
true.
show.
I mean, yeah, you go through puberty. Okay, if there's kids, listen, no, there's no kids. This is not gonna be rated for kids. This is,
I mean, then again, as a kid, I watched that stuff, but it didn't make me think.
bro,
So there's too much of an argument to be had with.
I can make the
Like,
argument too because I watched Gundam Seed when it aired on TV back in 2006 and 7, and there was a sex scene. And when I'm rewatching it, like the HD remaster, it came to my mind. I'm like, oh my god, there was a sex scene. And I watched this when I was young, and it was pretty early. And I also watching the opening. There was titties in the opening. I never even noticed.
okay, but like the way they show it, it's like they take the nipples out, man. I mean, you got high school DxD out here showing all of it.
Bro, interspecies reviewers, man, they even bring out a dildo. God, a viper.
Exactly. Like, how would you? And the thing is, it's not teenagers asking for this. It's literally the older anime, the young adults that are asking for these like more looter, more like just go with it, just do whatever, just just ghost stories it, just do it. Just
It also becomes the argument where are we just too sacred on like sexes? Because like I hear people like I'm in Discords. I have people who are from Europe, and when we talk, we're like, "Oh, that's lewd." They're like, they would talk about something, and we'll think it's lewd because we're here in North America, and they're like, "That's not lewd in our country because they're okay. Like they have a lot of nude beaches and stuff like that." And like us, to us, I think it's more like,
I mean, we have a nude beach too. It's on Center Island
yeah, I know,
in Canada.
in Toronto, Canada, but
I mean, I don't know any other nude beaches, but Center Island's nude
I
beach.
think
But
Vancouver has a couple. I think Vancouver has a couple, but it's one of those things where I think maybe we're just too prejudiced because even now, to this day, there's parents who even argues with the government about how they're teaching sex ed, and a lot of them don't like how they're telling the kids a lot of information about sex ed. They want to keep it secret, which is like why? Why you?
they want to keep it secret because they don't want like their 9-year-old or 12-year-old like boy or girl going out there making the at that age being like, man, what
Bro, you
we
could
learned
just
in
say,
class, I'm
you
curious.
could just say it, man. I'm gonna say it to my kid. Listen, son, don't go snoo everywhere, okay? You know.
But there's I mean, even at that age, I wanted to as well, but like,
Bro, at that age, I was watching Futurama. When I heard snoo and knew what it was, I had the same face as that Brandon getting fried. Okay.
it was like, yeah, no,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Depends. I guess.
I think like when I look at, you gotta teach them about like the dangers of it, like the disease.
But come on, when anime makes it look so good, are you really gonna listen?
Oh no! Anime. I think what anime is just doing, I call it fat material. What anime does is just heightens your senses, and how you look at it too in society. Like people are like, "Yo, anime over sexualize things." However, I'll also point this out: a lot of anime is made by males, and that's males, as we both are males. We would not complain if a woman was over sexualized.
Yes, and especially since
As straight
lesbian
males.
and gay are a thing. Like a lot of lesbian women also obviously enjoy that. Even straight women, they enjoy it too. I don't know about gay men, but like,
And then also, by the way, anime is gender equality. You think guys have 12 packs? You think guys can just strip but they can have trail packs? Yeah, you're funny. And
yeah, yeah, especially in high school, you think all high schoolers are built different?
Bro,
Like, how do you think the teenage boy feels when he watches anime?
I wish in high school I was built like Escanor. I wish.
Okay, you can't use Escanor because he's a fully grown man.
Fine. I'll use that gym trainer from How Heavy the Dumbbell Is, who can trick himself in a tracksuit, but when he flexes, he rips his clothes.
Nah, man, the girl that he teaches, I wish I was built like that.
Oh God!
In high school,
it's so. At least
she goes buff.
She does go buff, really, really buff. But it just shows like how they're so diverse, and they're not afraid. It's just the fact that I hate how the women's sexualization gets points out, but I'm like, don't forget the men, because it does get over sexualized for males, but it's just not brought up that often because
Yeah, because we don't have a lot of like pieces to be sexualized.
I know, like, I don't know about. Listen, there's gonna be girls who listen to this and they're gonna agree. They're right. They're talking about. They're telling truths. Because, listen, all guys have is just if you have no abs, you either got, and if you don't have a big package, or don't know how to use your package.
I mean, they also apparently care about butts, but you never see like in anime a dude with a booty cheek.
Bro, you don't even see females with the booty cheeks.
Fair enough. They're actually all flat, and the angles they give them is what's supposed to be it. But
the only few I have seen are also the ones that we talk about that are over sexualized. High School DxD, interspecies reviewers.
Yeah, that's way. I mean, like ecchi anime especially is over sexualized, and would I want that coming over here and becoming normalized? I don't know.
I don't know.
Would that even matter?
I don't
mean,
think it would matter because like there's movies that do over sexualize.
Yeah.
So
like we already have shows that do that. That
there's
are
a show
like we
on
already have.
Netflix called Sex Education. For God's sakes,
That's a good show.
it is a good show. I love it too.
That's a good show. High School DxD is a pretty good anime.
High School DxD needs to stay as an anime.
When you weigh those two together, it's like I don't think it'd make a difference. Actually, now.
No. I don't
Now that I think about like when you weigh like that show, Sex Education, between High School DxD, it's like what? Well, what's the difference? Well, I guess in the beginning, one was semi teaching you about something, then it just turned into full blown like character development or whatever, and that was the same thing as High School DxD. It wasn't just all about the boobs; it was just a thing that was there, but you learned about the character development also, which was really good.
The only other difference is one it talks about a bunch of mythologies and has spiritual powers. The other is just about sex ed.
Yeah, the other just about
sex ed and relationships.
Granted, they both have their own ideas, but it's like the same, man. They both have sexual content.
By the way, on the topic of High School DxD, even though we're going off there, it's funny how High School DxD has this love-hate relationship in the anime community. Like, there's people who love it, and there's people who secretly love it, and there's people who just straight out hate it because of the fan service.
But yeah, because a lot of High School DxD, the way it got popular was its fan service.
And I read the light novel, and I will tell you this. If you haven't seen Sisnap, shout out to Sisnap. Her video, she talked about how High School DxD is a classic harem, and she talked about her opinion from the show, then reading the light novel. You have a total different perspective of how the show is, because where the show takes place, all first 4 seasons, people, that's literally the majority of the fan service. I'm not even joking you.
Yeah.
After that, it just kind of becomes like a shonen. It's not even funny. There's still some fan service where you can.
Yeah, so everything that, for me, that made High School DxD is gone.
No, it's still kind of there. Like, there's still the harem moments and there's still the ecchi sense. But it just becomes more character development focus, more plot focus. Like, to me, it also brings up a good question about, like, I don't want to get into it because this is not the topic for the podcast. But it brings up a good question about, like, are you born, like, as we know, the main character, Issei, is a devil. He's reincarnated as a devil, but he also kind of wanted to be a hero for people who didn't know. And there's a villain who questions what devils are, and if you are a person who reads the Bible and you're Christian, or if you just know what devils are meant to be evil. But if you watch High School DxD and pay attention, do the devils in High School DxD seem evil?
That's High School DxD, but no.
Yeah, but I'm talking about within that show. I'm not talking about in real life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do they seem evil?
No.
No. And that's the...
Not at all.
Not at all. And that's the question and the beautifulness that you don't see because of the fan service. Which is a little sad.
Because of the fan service.
Which is a little sad, but it's also... If you read the light novel, you kind of notice it because there is a villain who is actually kind of... He's okay villain. But he brings up and makes you question that question. Is devils meant to be can be heroes? Or are you born as this person because of your race? you're meant to be that person. It's kind of like, oh, if you're born black, you're meant to be like an athlete or something like that. Super good at sports, play basketballs, whatever black stereotypes. We're black, by the way, so we're going to use that a lot. Or if you're white, are you supposed to be good at this and that, or work a corporate office and have your name as Tom?
Mm-hmm.
No. You could be born with the name Tom, doesn't mean you have to work at a corporate office. So, it's just that to keep in mind. But let's get back on topic because we got off topic with that. The normalization is, I think we have to bring up. It's coming. It's a matter of the fact is when is it coming?
I honestly don't think it will.
I feel
Or it will, and it'll blow over our heads because already people so many like it, and anime's become like literal culture.
Well, you know what blew over my head was the fact that we can go to the mall and there was 4 stores that we walk into and they just had anime clothing right up on the walls.
Yeah, that's true. Spencer's, and especially Spencer's.
Hot
Hot Topic. I don't know what else, but
there was 2 others, but they're not coming to my name. But those are the 2 that I remember. Yeah, like that blew over my head because like I think years ago I think the only way you could get anime clothing was through Funimation and stuff or Shark Robot.
or you just have to order it.
Yeah, order it and Amazon. That's it. Now I can walk in.
Yeah, I don't know when that happened, in all honesty. And then that's why I'm saying it's just gonna blow over your head. Like,
yeah,
see it, and it's just gonna be there.
Just like
and the only people that'll really notice it are people like us.
Yeah, and just like the No Frills commercial, like it just happened. Like it just, so I saw it while working on TV, and I'm just like, wait, what?
Well, that's not gonna blow over your head, but stores that like all of a sudden you see this merch in. You're just gonna be like, oh, and then all of a sudden, maybe you might notice, oh, every store has it. Yeah. But will every store have it? I don't think so. Because are you gonna get designer anime clothes? You're gonna get this nice designer like Bakugo outfit? I don't think so.
I saw Michael B. Jordan, who's a huge anime fan. By the way, if you don't know who Michael B. Jordan is, he is Killmonger and Black Panther. He was Johnny Storm in Fantastic Four. Yes, that crappy movie. He's a good actor. The writing was just bad. Yeah, he was in a couple other good movies. But he had a line with, I think it was Guess. And on his clothing line, if you look at his clothes, they're all inspired by Naruto. Like, one of his clothing jackets literally look like the jacket thing, vest jacket that Kakashi wears.
Fair enough. I mean, he has the money to do it, so.
He has the money to do it, yeah. But the thing is, like... There's actors who do like anime. Like I think it's what's his name, John Boyega, the guy from Star Wars who plays Finn. He wants that live action Attack on Titan movie.
The most live action. Oh, wait, didn't they already make one though?
That was Japan though. He wants one like made like worldwide.
That's true.
Yeah.
Other than that, the Titan commercial. I don't know what they were thinking for that one. Oh, they just have Titans trying to get after this Subaru car. Car. They're like, "Rawr, Subaru, we're gonna crush you," and then you see the colossal Titan. Like what? Why?
Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, like what Michael B like being into anime, I think, but
he's not like.
I mean, for me, if celebrities liking anime is a thing to me, like they're people too. Like if they like anime, they
just like anime. That's how I feel. Like I found out Leonardo likes it. Tobey Maguire. His name was on my tip of my tongue, but he slipped out. Keanu Reeves. He loves it apparently. Like he's a big fan of Cowboy Bebop.
I didn't even know that.
He's a big fan of Cowboy Bebop.
But yeah, see, like it doesn't even matter unless like.
Oh, and Robin Williams. Robin Williams was a good fan, but he's gone. But,
yeah. As I was saying.
Sorry.
That's fine. Just anime with celebrities, I don't think is a big thing at all because
No,
like
no.
they're just people too. Like except like if they do what Michael B. Jordan did, if his clothing line is apparently I've never seen it, but you're saying that it's kind of inspired by anime, then okay, that's different. Like
Or
he's
they do,
using his
or
influence
they do Sam,
to make the clothing brand of anime.
or they pull a Samuel L. Jackson where he literally, because he's a fan of anime, goes and voice an anime character. Afro Samurai, by the way, people.
Oh yeah, that's true. He does voice Afro.
Yeah, and the fact that he also was on the GQ, like, was their YouTube video with this, like, what Samuel Jackson Google search thing? The Samuel Jackson likes anime, and he literally sticks like, yeah, Samuel Jackson likes anime, hentai too, and sticks out his tongue like he had no shame.
Yeah, no shame, man. No shame.
And the fact there was a picture that went around with Snoop Dogg with a anime body pillow, bro, which wasn't Photoshop.
You sure it wasn't? I'm pretty sure.
I think it was Photoshop, but some people, I haven't seen it around. But would I doubt that Snoop Dogg's an anime fan? No, Snoop Dogg. I didn't even expect Snoop Dogg to have her own cooking show, bro.
I mean, hey, he's partnered with Xbox too. Who would have thought?
Man got himself a fridge, literally.
He got the Xbox Series X fridge. Anyway, if there's one thing that I want to be normalized, it's anime games. Like I know we have a lot on the PlayStation, but I think they should come to like every console and PC.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, I think Sony's getting too greedy now with it.
Plus, like, it sucks that a lot of them are actually just mostly RPGs. I wish they would branch into like more of the FPS territory. I know they did one for SAO, but it wasn't that great, and you couldn't play online with your friends unless it was a boss, which really, I don't know if they changed it. I stopped after like the second DLC.
How do you
So
make a first-person shooter game when the market for first-person shooters is online
multiplayer?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, I don't understand that.
wait, it's not first person though. SAO's was third.
Third person, even still,
Yeah.
like look at Halo, like that, like Halo's, like the campaign's great, but like the multiplayer's awesome for your third-person shooter. So
Yeah, like there's not many anime shooters out there like Call of Duty or Halo or like stuff like that. There's not many. But then also anime RPGs, there's an abundance of them. Are they fun? A lot of them are.
A lot of them are. Are they grindy? Yes. I think every
my God.
anime RPG I've played is freaking grindy as hell.
Except Pokemon. I mean, you don't really have to grind in Pokemon. You kind of just, well, older Pokemons you did.
Older Pokemon.
Pokemon now you don't have to grind at all. You just keep battling people and then keep moving forward.
That's another thing. Pokemon became so mainstream. It's in the fucking Thanksgiving parade at New York City. So did Dragon Ball.
Oh yeah, Pokemon is mainstream.
And Dragon Ball. Like Dragon Ball and Pokemon are mainstream now, because if you get your own float in New York City, you're mainstream. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm just saying that, like, it's like normalized. But I think, like, when a lot of people think about anime, those are the first two things that come to their mind, anyways. It's either Dragon Ball Z or Pokemon.
Yeah.
You may have a few people who think about Cowboy Bebop or something like that, but other than that, yeah, it's just those. And
I'm sorry, if I seem distracted right now, just ask if I would wax my balls, and I said no. Would you wax your pussy? But anyway,
what?
What? Moving forward. So
what? Come on.
The thing is, when you talk about Dragon Ball Z and Pokemon, it's so mainstream over in Japan. They have Goku Day and Saiyan Day, and like the fact that they have a day for this, it's so odd. We don't even have like, I'm pretty sure like in the States and Canada, like they don't have a day for a movie. There's no like Avengers Day or the Marvel Day.
Yeah, there's not even.
There is. It's May the 4th be with you.
Yeah,
they recently started that
for Star Wars, but like
in like 2012, 2016. I don't know, somewhere in there. And they recently started saying May the 4th be with you. But like,
I think they
I don't
always.
even know how long Goku's day has been
Well,
around.
I
Like,
think that was only like a pun on like cause it's May 4th, so May the 4th.
I actually gotta search that.
May the 4th be with you. Like,
May 9th, 2009?
that's when they started Goku Day.
It's either May 9th, 2009 or May 9th, 2005.
Wow, wow.
Yeah. So when they started celebrating Gilkill.
I mean, Goku deserves it, even though he's an idiot, but he deserves it. He's like.
Apparently, depending on who you ask, it's Piccolo Day.
Piccolo deserves it. He deserves his own day. He took care of Gohan and Goten and Trunks. He deserves it.
Oh, yeah, so that's why. It's Goku Day because it's May 9th. Yeah, May 9th of the 5th month, which in Japanese translates to Go and Ku. So it's Goku Day. But still, that's funny. It's really funny.
That's something that makes sense in Japan. Like, that doesn't make sense over here.
I didn't. So 2009, I was wrong. It was that 09 and 05 is a thing.
Oh, okay.
But it seems like in 2019, it was officially made Goku. I don't know. A lot of people were talking about it in 2019. Man, a lot of things happened in 2019 other than 2020's awful things. But we don't need to talk.
2019 was such a great year.
Yes, it was.
2019 was such a great year. 2020.
But yeah, like the fact that it's that normalized over in Japan and stuff like that. I mean, the most normalized thing I feel like of anime that we hear was Pokemon Go.
Yeah, and that's still going.
Everybody was on it.
And that's still going. Like, that's still...
Well, it's not as hype as it was before, bro. Like down at the monument. Okay, for everybody that doesn't know, we got this monument. Or well, I don't even. In Ajax, there's a monument.
Well, just tell my town. Just tell the people where I live.
My old hometown. In Ajax, they have this monument. And at that monument by the lake, there was tons of people gathering there. Cars were constantly parked on the side of the road, blocking off a whole lane of where you could go. And people were mad at that because it's so annoying that you have to drive in the middle of the road when you need to be in the right lane, and people coming down the left lane have to wait for you because there's all these cars. And many people walked down there. Some people drove down there, and they're just setting up camp, setting up shop near the monument for Pokemon Go.
Yeah, and it's just, honestly, it is not. And there was also stories about people jumping railroad tracks just to catch a Pokemon.
Yeah.
Power plants. It got chaotic, and I think, even though it was funny as hell, but it got chaotic. It got very, very chaotic, and I think now,
bro, you stepped on the old cranky man's lawn and was like, "Hey, there's a Wobbuffet here."
Bro, I think there was
like, can I?
I think someone even broke into someone's house to catch a legendary.
Bro, if there was Mew at somebody's house, someone's just getting the dumpster truck and rolling over like their home.
Exactly.
You know, bulldoze their whole home over. Be like, I finally did it. I caught Mew. I'm the Pokemon master.
The other instance, remember the Area 51 raid where people were gonna run around ninja running?
Exactly. Like what was that? But they did it technically. But
that's also so stupid. Why would you go to a military base and say, yo, we're gonna area... First off, why would you tell on national TV that you're gonna...
that we're going to Area 51
and run like ninjas? That's too funny.
Yeah, that's what we decide to do here in America.
North America. Fuck yeah.
You see, the thing is, we do stupid things over here with anime. Over there, they actually market it way better and like do stuff like that. We do some dumb stuff over here.
However, I would also say this. One thing too is anime has now influenced the way that we do animation shows now.
I mean, I guess, yeah, a lot of animation or Western animation tries to get a semi-anime style
Style, yeah.
or something close
Like
to it.
Avatar: The Last Airbender was inspired by anime. Like the Koreans
Yeah.
said they was, and I think I was looking at. I was watching Young Justice, and I can kind of like see it a little bit in it. Like you can kind of see it's kind of anime esque, but like there's a lot. Yo, remember when Phineas and Ferb had that round the world episode, and they freaking went to Japan and did the Caramel Danse?
I do not remember
I'm
that
gonna send you after this
whatsoever.
podcast. I send you the clip, and you're gonna be like, "What the fuck?" You're also gonna probably say, "Yo, this is really racist," because it kind of is.
Okay.
Yep. We are.
If we keep hearing that thud, by the way, that's me putting a cup of water down.
I was also gonna say they're probably hearing my thud too, because I'm also putting a cup of water down like crazy. We have hit that 1 hour mark. I guess we can go for another 30 minutes if you want.
In conclusion.
In conclusion, but I still have one more point I think I want to make.
What?
Maybe not.
Go ahead.
Well, like another thing that's been normalized that I have seen is anime music. Like when I did my Spotify rap thing, what popped up was otaku music for me.
Yeah.
And also the fact that I can find anime songs on Spotify, which is great. Not all of them. You know, some of them. And also the fact that some of them are now in freaking kanji, which I can't search them up no more. Thanks, Spotify. But also, great job on you. Which is also something that's very interesting too. Like, I think it's the fact that you can go on Spotify, search up an anime opening, and you're gonna find it. And you can just listen to it. And there's people who walk their daily life, go to on subways, go to work, probably listen to the same anime opening you are, but are not as flamboyant as you are about anime. And I say the word flamboyant as an excuse as expressive. If people get offended by that, fine. Extrovert.
I mean, they could be, especially if you don't know, like. Actually, nah, K-pop technically is an anime, but.
No, K-pop is technically not.
So I can't say K-pop actually became a huge thing over here in the too.
Fact it's playing on radio stations.
So weird, but.
It's fact it's playing on radio stations over here. I don't know.
Hey, the craziest thing that I ever played on the radio station was let me take a selfie.
I was gonna say Gangnam Style. I think Gangnam Style. Gangnam Style is the craze though for like the Korean music over here.
I don't think so. In all honesty, it was just for some reason super popular.
God, you seen the music video? You just want to make fun of it, bro. It was so, and the song is actually pretty catchy.
Anyway.
And just like that, I can see the "you guys are racist" comments.
Look, most of you over here at the West don't even know the lyrics either, so don't even. The only part you knew was "Hey, sexy lady."
Oh, oh. No, but I think as music, it's a great example to use too, because like now it's become a diverse thing, which is good. That the fact that we have radio stations that are playing Korean pop music, which means that the world is one step first to becoming like one in my eyes, like unify. And the same thing, that's why I kind of like the anime community, is because it's a different culture thing, but like there's so many people from different cultures who just love it.
We can talk about the hate in it another time, but anyway.
We can talk about the hate?
Yeah, we can talk about the hate in it another time, but anyway.
Oh god, yeah, the hate can be another topic. That's a whole talk itself.
But I actually disagree with music, to be honest, because I don't see... You could be looking at a businessman, I guess, and I guess he could be listening to anime music, but like, I would highly doubt it because say he's like
Yeah. Well,
50 years old or something like that.
no,
It's
I
like
was
very un.
I was just saying more on the progress, the fact that I can just go on Spotify, which is American. I don't know if it's an American app, but it's like, it's a well-known app, and I don't have to change my region for it to find anime openings.
That's very true, but also like people can post it. You know,
That's also true, but however, on Spotify, how I find it, it's from the artist itself, so which is nice.
that's true.
Which is
If the artist who made the song for the opening posts it, then
yeah.
that is different than just like your average Joe
The average Joe.
Westerner being like, "I love anime and this opening's great. I'm gonna
Post
fully
it.
record it and post it."
Looking at you, SoundCloud.
Hey, SoundCloud's for everybody, man.
Bro, SoundCloud is where I listen to my Blade soundtrack. By the way, Blade has the best OST. I'm just saying, not the new ones, the old ones. Blade and Digimon.
Yes.
Blade and Digimon. And we have hit that mark where we go silent for a good minute. As we reminisce of the songs that play through our heads. No, but yeah, go on with your point about the music.
I just don't think it's that good of a point.
I was just more talking about the, like I said, just the fact that the artists are allowed to post their songs on here.
Yeah, but I feel like that, like, just having that doesn't make anime get out there more because even though you would have a song,
100%.
you wouldn't know it's from an anime.
100%. I don't think it makes anime more normalized. I just think it's like a good step, like a bonus. It's like when you watch a shonen anime and has that one episode where it's all about fan service. It's like a bonus. Like when you go get your food and they give you an extra plate of fries because it came with your meal. It's like a bonus.
I mean, sure.
That's how I see it. It's like a bonus, people. It's like a bonus. Don't share that fry. Keep those fries to yourself.
That had nothing to do with anime music.
Food is delicious, my friend. Food is delicious.
Man, shut up. Yeah. Talk about the reasons why it's like normalized, and you bringing up a point that makes no sense.
I bring up a horrible point. This won't be the first time I bring a point that makes no sense, people. It won't.
Anyway, everybody, tell us what you think in the comments below. Is anime being normalized, or is it not being normalized? Or do you think that certain things should be normalized while others should stay out of it?
If any of y'all motherfuckers says hentai, I swear to fucking God.
I swear, it better get normalized. Keep advertising. I mean, I'm kidding.
I'm kidding. I don't want to see live action God, can you imagine live action tentacle? Oh my God.
We already had our scene with Jack Sparrow. I mean, I don't know what you're talking about.
There's probably people who were very turned on at that scene.
When the Kraken came out of nowhere, man, it just took them under.
No, when the Kraken just
spat all over him, and people were like,
when they saw that one tentacle came out the water, they nutted so hard.
Yeah, tell us what you guys think in the comment section below. And we will come to you with another one next week. It's about ice characters. Why don't you tell about that, Blitz?
Oh, about the ice characters? Yeah, we're gonna have a bracket battle style about the best users of ice characters. Not like, the most badass ice users. Man, that sounds so cool, but I've been thinking. So we're just doing the best and our opinions on it, which please don't get mad at us if a character loses, because one character is a woman and she's really hot.
Don't be mad if Frozone wins.
Yeah, Frozone's best waifu. Frozone's best waifu, man. Bro, Frozone's really best waifu, man. The fact that he screams, "Woman, where's my super suit?"
And that's why he will most likely win the bracket. Anyway, thank you for joining us here.
Thank you for joining us. Yep, it's a pleasure. I'm Blitz.
I'm Crozavana. This has been the Late Night Bean.
The late night We bean our outro. We bean wow.
As you can see, we are complete beans. Complete lima beans, green beans, string beans. We're all types of beans here.
Have a good night, people. Enjoy your night. Remember, love what you love. Don't let people stop you from loving what you love.
Mm-hmm.